think this has been pretty much.
Thank you all for coming in after your coffee break, and be rest assured there's a very nice reception tonight, so we'll have many more things to, more time to chat and more things to snack on. And again, wines and things. We're going to have a panel now for the next hour. When the panel concludes, I want you all to come to the front. We're going to do a group photo at the edge of the stage. So for the next hour, this is Rob Knight's stage. There you go.
Okay, great. Thanks, Lynn, and thank you all for coming along to this this panel. And I realise that we are the only thing separating you from the reception, so we'll try to keep it on time. You'll be pleased to know that at least what we're seeing in the American Gut Project that I run so far is that alcohol has a positive dose-dependent effect on the microbiome, at least up to a drink or two a day. So presumably there's some top end where it's not good anymore, but I'll leave that to your own research to find that out. So I'm Rob Knight. I'm a professor of pediatrics and computer science and engineering at UC San Diego, and I direct the Center for Microbiome Innovation there. And I'm pleased to present a particularly distinguished group of panelists. Each of them has a long and illustrious CV, and if I read out all of their achievements, we'd probably be here for the entire hour just doing that. So I'm just going to very briefly introduce all of them with just a couple of sentences. So Rita Colwell was one of the founders of connections between environmental microbiology and human health. She's a former director of the NSF, and she's currently at the University of Maryland. Jeff Siegel has been doing an amazing amount of work on the built environment from an engineering perspective, and understanding the microbiology of a wide range of different kinds of spaces, including one project that myself and Greg Caparesso were involved in, looking at office environments, but also many others. And he's at the University of Toronto. Jessica Green runs the BioBE Center at the University of Oregon, and she's done some really interesting work looking at the microbiome in hospital environments, in large buildings, and she also has a company that's looking at how we can modify the microbiome in the built environment. So that's a very interesting perspective there. And Ilana Brito has recently joined Cornell University as a faculty member. She's going to talk about some very interesting work on the role of disinfectants on the microbiology of the built environment. But before that, one of her many activities was the Fiji project, trying to integrate human and environmental microbiology on the island of Fiji, and when she was in Eric Arms lab, and she had a very nice paper on that a couple of years ago. So the topic of our panel discussion is myth and reality of MoBE manipulation. So in other words, there's a lot of excitement about what we might be able to do manipulating the microbiology of the built environment. As you've heard already today, there's a huge number of factors that change the built environment. But what can we really do in order to control that change and harness it in a positive direction? And what we're going to do is we're going to have brief introductory remarks from each of our panelists. Then what we're going to do is have some general discussion among the panel members, and then we'll open it up to the audience for questions. Okay, so we'll go in order, and Rita, if you'd like to kick this off, talking about some of your foundational work linking environmental microbiology to human health, that would be fantastic.